big time.
Hudson pulls up, and there it is.
Oh, fourth right.
Atlanta ready to seal the deal.
Great barrier thief. Oh, Trey, what a move.
Will fire one up at the buzzer.
Behind the back.
Wilkins, look out.
Wow.
They come out clean.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back.
I think I'm gonna laugh at that every time I hear it, bro. I can't believe, bro. We went 2 years, 2+ years with the same intro, bro.
Yeah, man.
Crazy.
It's over with. It's over with. Hey, man. But y'all know, man, what it is, man. Birds and Buckets, another episode here with Malik Brown. Malik, how you feeling this week, man?
Good, bro. Can't complain, man. How about you?
Man, I can't call it, man. It was a good birthday, everything like that.
For sure.
I don't know, good week in general, man. Just I don't want to say productive or nothing because it's a short week with MLK Day. But I guess I made it. I guess that's a good way to because I want to be like productive. It's kind of like, it's become one of those how you doing? Good. It's kind of how you doing? How was this week? Productive,
Right.
Yeah, like it wasn't that productive because it was a shorter week, but hey, it is what it is.
Facts.
With that being said, man, without further ado, let's get into it. We were talking in a pre planning meeting and stuff like that. It was real quick about just okay, and then we're gonna end with this week's games and everything. But there was one game, Malik, that we did not discuss, bro.
Which one?
And that game is, hold on, wait for it. We got one game we didn't discuss. The game next Saturday, man. The BYU Cougars versus the Kansas City Hawks. The real game to watch next week, man. Man, I ain't studying these playing invitational annual mediocre 500, 2 games below 500 Hawks. Man, send me to the future, man.
Send me to the future.
But here's the thing. I keep saying, and Malik, I feel like not enough people are talking about this. Like DeMarcus Cousins and them, they talked about it a little bit, but Cousins and Lou and the whole show really, like Beetle, Lou, shouts out to running back, Lou, and then Chandler Parsons, they all be off of day takes a lot of times.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
However, I felt like they the only ones really talking about like just how bad this trade is / can be for the Hawks moving forward.
Yeah.
I personally think it has the potential to be the second worst trade in franchise history. It's just really bad because you seen everybody knew CJ was just money. Some people that didn't know because me, I watched the Pelicans obviously. So like I knew, what CJ has in the tank right now. And how he can get his every now and again. He'll go off for 40, he'll go off for 50. But for the most part, you ain't gonna win no games. It's empty calories. I knew that. A lot of Hawks fans didn't. So they said, okay, you get a couple nice months with CJ, and maybe, if he's good enough, you can get him on a friendly deal to come back next season and extend him and go from there. Other people just knew what it was from the jump. They said, hey, it opens up money for the Hawks to do something else. I say, like, do something like what? Kobe White. That ain't good enough when you getting rid of Trae Young, bro. What are we talking about right now? So that's the whole thing. Kispert was the sweetener on the deal, quote unquote. And that's like Kispert is nowhere near the level of a return that you would want to give for Trae Young. Like, it was a point, like we said when Trae was first traded, of like, we used to laugh at Lakers fans being like Austin Reeves for Trae Young. Man, the Hawks would love to have Austin Reeves in the Trae Young deal now in 2026. But hey, it just is what it is. I say all of this to say, if you have the money to just have a bunch of salary cap space because you don't have Trae Young there taking up a $300 million supermax contract on your books, if you have the money to sign somebody, but you can't sign anybody because nobody wants to come play for the Atlanta Hawks. And then, I mean, it just all comes down to the Pelicans ping pong balls. The last time the worst record in the league got the number 1 pick was 2018. That's 8 years ago. So it's last year's worst record got the number 5 pick. So it's kind of like a lock that the Hawks are going to be in the top 5, but top 5 just ain't good enough when you gave up what you gave up. So it's like the Hawks are going to need a top 2 pick. Like Cameron Boozer is cool. Caleb Wilson is cool. Salute to those boys. It is a big 4 in the draft, but there is separation between the top 2 and the next 2. And so if those ping pong balls don't fall their way, this is a terrible trade for the Hawks. And it set the franchise back even more than what people said before, because at that point, then you're just kind of waiting out till the San Antonio picks to run out in the DeJounte deal, and then kind of press restart after that. So I don't know, man. How you feeling? How you feeling?
Of course I see a lot of people talk about just the trade return and everything. I think at the end of the day, I think we also have to realize the Hawks didn't particularly. I don't feel like they particularly kicked Trae out of Atlanta. Like, of course, they didn't give him the contract extension before the season started. Okay, we always knew that, and we thought that it was going to be something of at the end of this season. Okay, they work out a deal, but at the end of the day, the reason I feel like everybody knows or feels like the reason that he didn't get the extension was because he was asking for more than what the Hawks wanted to give him, which is fair. That means you come back this season and you prove to them why you deserve that money, and there's a good chance you may get it. Granted, unfortunately, he got hurt. And when he came back, the Hawks were on a losing streak. And as I've said before, plenty of times, I'm not putting the losing streak solely on him. It was not his fault, but he was a part of the losing streak, and the defense was bad. So he was a part of it. And I think just at that point, both sides were just like, it's time to go. It's time to go. And as you can see, like you said, maybe 2 years ago, Trae's value would have been crazy. Austin Reeves would have been a good get if you're looking like now, but you look at the suitors that he had, Washington, Brooklyn, Minnesota, and it's like, dang, this is it. Like, and then it seemed like Washington was the place he really wanted to go, and his agents then were just trying to push it even more. Like we talked about it. It took less than 3 days for all of this to kind of just transpire. Like Mark Spears said something, 30 minutes later, Jake Fisher and Mark Stein dropped something, and then the next 2 days, boom. So it was kind of like just bound to happen. And then, of course, everybody knew CJ was going to be in the deal. Everybody knows CJ was going to be in the deal because of just matching salaries. And the Hawks and Wizards, of course, I heard went back and forth on picks. The Hawks didn't want to give up no picks. So they just said, you know what, just give us Corey. And granted, I mean, that's the package. Of course, you get flexibility for the Hawks and everything like that. But I do think it's gonna hurt if the Hawks get like the 5th pick, because everybody's just looking at 2 guys right now, and they're like, these are the guys, and the Pelicans are really bad. It's like every time you do a mock draft, you go on Take-a-thon, Hawks got the number 1 pick, Hawks got the number 2 pick. Like every once in a while they get the 5 or 6, and you're like, oh, I don't know about that. That ain't good enough. And it's not, but you said before, you said it last week, I think. If the Hawks didn't have New Orleans pick, they probably don't trade Trae. which is probably true. But I don't want to put it all on. I don't want this to be like this is a do or die moment for this pick. Like, this is gonna, I guess, shape the rest of the Hawks' future. It's very true it'll be a part of their future. They could get a game changer in AJ or Darren or even Cameron Boozer, or they can get a Caleb Wilson or a Native Mint. Like, we don't know.
No. They already have one of those, brother. They already have one of those.
But like you said, it's levels. It's levels. But I don't think that's. You also got to think about, like you said, the cap space. People actually got to want to come here. The reason why I feel Luke and Nikhil wanted to come was because of Trey. Trey told them boys, like, hey, I want to play with y'all, and they came. They don't have that pull no more with somebody like Trey. Everybody want to play with Trey because he gets them easy shots. Who on the Hawks is real? I mean, Jalen, but he's still working through trying to mold his own game and working through how defenses are playing him differently now. Because, I mean, he's different from last season to this season. Like, he's an all-star caliber player, and he's still working through that stuff. So it's a lot to think about, but I don't think it's do or die specifically on the pick. They do have other stuff that they need to work on for sure. It's definitely some other things they need to work out for sure. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, I don't think the pick is like do or die for them. But it would be very, very good if they were able to get, AJ or Darren. It's that simple.
Yeah, I mean, you literally forget everything else. Like, people forget that they even traded Trae Young and got 0 draft picks back.
Mm-hmm.
If the Pelicans pick falls within 2, or the Milwaukee Bucks, on a swing chance that Milwaukee happens to bounce in the top 2. That's literally it, man. It's as simple as that, because you didn't get one pick back. And like you know what I'm saying? Like, we talk about the return, and honestly, he got off way too easily in that press conference. Like, and I know you were talking a little bit about, kind of how it all happened. I think the Mark Spears story is about as much transparency as we'll get into the offseason when Trey goes on somebody else's podcast, like, or he might even tell it on his podcast. But for the most part, that Mark Spears interview is the most we're going to get right now. And that's where he said, he pretty much checked out when they didn't offer an extension. He said he felt disrespected. He felt like, okay, like, I gave my all to this franchise and I believe I'm worth this much, but they don't believe in me that much. Okay, I guess it's time to kind of keep it pushing. And he was already kind of planning his exit. He had time to prepare for it since then. And he said, okay, so we're going to go out, see what we can do the first half of the year. And if not, then, move me, because I want y'all to get something back. I don't want to walk away without y'all getting anything. So he knew that this was coming, bubbling or everything like that over the summer. This wasn't just he got hurt. Nikhil does this in Philly and Jalen Johnson's dunking behind him. He comes back, they start losing. Like, it wasn't as simple as that. This was something that was months in the making. And it was just like the finality of it to the public happened in the course of 72 hours. I don't know, but Anzi Salah, like the Hawks general manager, for those who don't like watch or follow the Hawks intensely, just watching this because they like basketball. That's crazy that he didn't get one draft pick out of this. And the reason why picks are so important, like, I see more than ever this year covering this particular team in the market that I'm in, like, how important draft picks are. The Pelicans are having a terrible season. It's not on purpose. They're not tanking. They just can't win. Like, Zion has come back. Zion's playing more games, and they just can't win. And in situations like that, when you see historically with the NBA, teams that just get tough breaks, put together the wrong roster, fire the coach, get a new general manager, kind of do a whole tear down and build it back up. You always have, if it doesn't work out, okay, we got these two pieces that we really like, say it's Trey Murphy and Derek Queen. In this case, a lot of people will say Jeremiah Pierce too. Those three guys, and we have Zion as a movable piece, and we also have Herb Jones as a movable piece. Him and Trey can be movable, but we really like those guys. We have these young players we really like, and the rest of the team just didn't work the way we wanted it to. Let's tear it down. Let's keep going. They don't even have draft hope to look forward to. There was always a guarantee. If you have a bad season, you have a chance at Wemby. If you have a bad season, you have a chance at Cooper Flag. This year, there's none of that because they don't have a pick in the most loaded draft in years. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm seeing that each and every and the effects of that, what it does to the morale of a city, what it does to the morale of a locker room and a franchise, just in general, I understand the importance of draft picks now. Hawks don't have their own draft pick this year, and they won't next year. I think that's the last year of the 3 years, correct, of the 3 firsts that they got for DeJounte?
I think so.
Last year, that 13th pick was that theirs? That might have been theirs.
No, that was the Kings.
Oh, from Kevin Huerter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that must have been the first year.
They had 13 and 22, but they traded 22 for Kristaps.
Okay.
Or was it 13? No. They traded 13.
They traded 13 for 23 for Derek Queen.
Right.
Yeah. So did they have 22?
Did they have? So they had.
Yeah. That's what I'm asking you now. Did they have 22?
Let
me see. Kristaps trade.
Bro, they gave up how many picks? They have 3 picks or 2?
Let me see.
Now.
Another pick on to Brooklyn. So who did the Hawks give up, bro? The Hawks received 2nd round pick. Okay, Niang, 2nd round pick.
22.
So who had 22? Was it the Celtics or the Hawks?
The Nets, the Hawks had 22.
Okay. All right. So excuse me. So the Hawks had 22.
They traded for
the Hawks had 13 and 22. They traded 22 for Porzingis.
Right.
They traded 13 for Asa.
Right.
And this year's pick, which is the star of the entire trade.
Right.
Of 2 trades. Man, that's crazy. But yeah. Okay. But you just see the value of picks, bro.
Yeah.
If you don't have no picks, you don't have no hope. And right now, the Hawks are still stuck in purgatory. Like the rest of the basketball world just looks at the Hawks as a joke. The Hawks, the Chicago Bulls, and the Miami Heat. The rest of the league just looks at those 3 teams as a joke. Because they're the playing buddies. Every single year, it's a meme now. So to be stuck right there and to not have your own pick to at least we can, maybe we hit big with the right guy in the draft this year, Jalen Johnson. That was a huge get at 19, even though he was projected to go top 5, and he had those knee issues at Duke that allowed him to slide all the way down to the Hawks. That was a great get. John Collins at 17, great get. Kevin Huerter, 18, great get. Trey being available still at 5, great get and stuff like that. However, it's just you just hoping to hit on one of the big ones that could take you from here to here. Giannis was 13. Donovan Mitchell was what? 13, right? Something like that. Let me see what peak Donovan Mitchell was.
Jonathan was I remember
pick. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell was 13. Steph was 7. All these guys were in the middle of the first round, where usually most of the stars come from in the league. So you kind of just back to that. Just tapping until you hit on one of those guys to get you out of the play-in.
Yeah.
And I mean that's the only reason why I'm saying this lack of trade return with Trae Young can be so like tough for the Hawks, because it's like if you don't hit on one of these big superstars in the draft, because that's your best opportunity to get a superstar, you're not gonna be able to persuade a vet to sign to Atlanta. Like, it's just been done before. It's not gonna happen. And Trae was the one guy that could get it done because he was a passing lob threat, everything like that. Like, I felt like Giannis, if there was ever any interest in going to Atlanta, which we didn't know if there was, it would have been because of Trae. Now that's gone. So it's like, great example. Like, what do you do? Like, maybe Embiid would have loved to play with Trae. I don't know. I'm just thinking about different kind of stars and former stars who would have been open to the Hawks in the past, but aren't necessarily there right now. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, you definitely have to look at it. You have to look at it differently now, for sure, because like you said, folks want to play with Trae. So you don't have him anymore. You have to look at what's the pool. Like, what am I getting out of this situation if I come to this team? Like, what are their principles? Who's gonna help me become a better player? Where can I get the most opportunity? I think honestly, outside of playing with Trae, I think Nikhil kind of knew that he'd have a bigger role here, and he's taken off, which I'm very happy for. And yeah, he probably is the biggest free agent signing of the offseason, like from anywhere that I can think of right now. But those are the type of players that you're hoping that you can get.
The biggest since Paul Millsap.
Yeah. Like, those are the type of guys you're wishing that you can get. And I'm already seeing people on Twitter talk about like a list of guys that they already are looking at and things like that. And I'm like, yeah, those guys are cool, but the Hawks aren't going to be the only team that's looking to sign those people in. Those other teams could end up having a better offer than the Hawks. So when you're continuing to kind of be in the play-in and being the 9th and 10th seed and not advancing in the play-in the past 2 years, players look at that. And a player could look at that and be like, all right, I'm here to help this team get past that hump. Or a player can be like, they really not doing it for me. I really want to go to a team that's already established, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not really trying to grow with a young team or whatever like that. Like, it could be like that. So at the end of the day, the Hawks do have cap flexibility when CJ is off the books. They do have a chance at a good pick with the Pelicans. They have the right mindset of, okay, we're not gonna make a move now that will jeopardize our future. Like, we're not gonna put a Band-Aid on how our center position is right now, which is lacking because, of course, Kristaps is hurt. But we're not gonna go out and trade for somebody now just to help us now for the remainder of these 37 or whatever games. We're gonna continue to use his cap flexibility and do what we can do so it can help us for the future. Now that always doesn't work out. But I think they're going about it the right way. But some teams in the NBA, they can just make one trade and boom, they're contenders. Like, it's just that easy. They don't have to have a slow burn rebuild, or they don't have to do this or that with cap flexibility. I mean, Grant is going to catch up to them. Example, the Celtics. But some teams gotta, or I mean, when you look at what the Thunder have done over the past however long, many years, like, well, yeah, we looking at the two guys right now, kind of just how they grew into what they are now. That's kind of, I feel like, what the Hawks are doing, but that always doesn't work. It's just that's what it is. Like it, but as long as you're giving yourself the chance, I feel like it's cool. But you never really know in this league. This league is crazy. This league is anything can happen. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if Asa, you know what I'm saying, develops into kind of the way that Jalen has developed, you know, obviously two different play styles, but if he turns out to be a beast and Jalen's a beast, oh, can you imagine like that 1-2 punch? If there's no more seatbelt on Mo Gay, and you know he can just play crazy minutes when he has it rolling, just imagine to what he can be as a rotational player. And Onyeka, I mean, I think what you see is what you get from Onyeka now. Like, I think that 3-point shot is kind of like the end of his game. In terms of the fouls, that's just going to be him in his entire career. Like, he's 7-8 years in, he's not going to start fouling us. So, you know, I mean, you're talking about a lethal front court there in the future for the Hawks. I got a quick question for you, side question.
Yeah.
Who, if you had the number one pick, who would you have for the Hawks?
Right now, if you ask me today, I'm probably going Darren.
I'm going Darren for the Hawks because you lost Trae Young.
Right, exactly.
Like, you need a guard.
Exactly.
He's a guard. AJ, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a bean. AJ is I think AJ might be a better player. However, I just think, like, in terms of, like, you need a point guard. Nikhil's cool and everything like that. Like, shout out Nikhil. However, you have this glaring kind of 30 and 10 that's missing that you're used to having. And he's someone that could bring a resemblance of that back, you know, from that position. So that's why I'm going Darren right now.
Yeah, honestly, Nikhil is legit Nikhil really the only bucket on the team, like, that can go get you on. Granted, Jalen did his thing last night on Ja. And I respect that. And like I said, he's continuing to grow into that role as the go-to guy. But Nikhil can go get a bucket. CJ can go get a bucket. Granted, we know his past few games. Honestly, in all honesty, CJ's last 2 games were probably his best game so far as a Hawk. And the first, of course, the Bucks game at the ending was bad, but he was playing a solid game before then. But that's the type of player that Hawks need. They need another guy that can kind of just come off the bench and score. Derek, and I'm not saying AJ can't do that, but like you said, you have a glaring hole at point guard. Dyson is doing what he's doing, but he can't shoot. Everybody knows that, but I feel like he's doing everything else exceptionally well.
But I want to cut you off right there, Malik.
Yeah.
Kyle Korver, I seen you at practice talking to Ricochet when Ricochet was struggling with this shot. Why I ain't seen one picture from KL account after practice of you sitting down with Dyson Daniels? You know this joker ain't hit no 3 in no 8 months. It's on every NBA Twitter page right now. Dyson Daniels hasn't hit an NBA 3-pointer since 2008. Sit down with the kid. At least do it for KL so people can do it for KL. Time. We ain't seen you with the joker once. Okay, continue, Malik.
No, in all honesty, I do think it was one time during this streak where, like, Kyle was actually helping Dyson pre-game at the arena. I think it was one time, if I'm not mistaken, and I think KL may have tweeted. It was either KL or Brad. One of them. It may have been Brad, because Brad gets there pretty early. But you can try to pull up, like, type in Dyson and Kyle and see if it come up. But I if I'm not mistaken, I think that may have happened. But
you said Brad get there early, bro. People do not know, bro. Bruh. A game will be at, especially on a Sunday,
bro. Yes,
a game will be at 7 p.m. This man will post a picture of the arena talking about hello, bro. I remember one time I said, "Bruh, why is you here this early on a Sunday?" he said, well, I was playing, I was in my church, and then I was like, I don't want to go home and then come all the way back. So I was like, I might as well just go straight from church to here. I was like, okay, when you say it like that makes sense.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
But that, bro, Brad be there earlier than the players.
Bro, Brad get there early. The game started 7:30. Brad probably there at like 3-4. Probably 3-4. But yeah, like I said, yeah. So point guard, you need a point guard. You need a point guard that can score, get a bucket.
Oh, heck no.
When was this?
He talking about with Joe Johnson too?
Oh,
you had Joe Johnson and Kyle Korver. You still ain't hit no three.
That's 2024 though. That's
this 20. Okay. Okay. All right.
You said you had Joe and Kyle,
bro. Come on, man.
But yeah, you just need a point guard because I mean you're not playing Keaton, and CJ is basically the backup point guard, and you don't know if you're gonna re-sign him or not. So you need a point guard. There's a point guard, boom.
Yeah. I like it.
But at the same time, you could get a point guard free agency or another trade or something, and you can then get AJ. But what they're working with now, Darren.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not drafting AJ and then hoping to land the Kobe White sweepstakes, bro. Like, I'm not going for it. Like, Ricochet, you got to put your big boy pants on and show up to work. Like, you're the number one pick, bro. Like, despite the fact that you don't want to be the number one pick, we go on this rant about once an episode. You got to step up, put your big boy pants on, because if you can be a dependable 3-man starter type guy, just be dependable, bro. Like, just be consistent offensively. Sadiq Bey is one of the more consistent players in the league. He's a great player. He's a good player. He ain't got I wouldn't say he has like a exceptional talent. You know what I'm saying? Some like subhuman talent. He just works really hard and makes sure that his stuff is going to be consistent. His results every night going to be consistent. Oh, you need me to do it? You need me to crash glass? You need me to shoot the corner three? You need me to whatever the hustle plays? I got you. If Zach could be that at least, you know what I'm saying, just consistent at the three. So the Hawks don't have to worry about wing depth. You should be good with AJ. I'm just saying I don't want you to get AJ because the front court is already kind of crowding up, to be honest. Even though you don't have a center, you talk about Mo, Asa, Jalen, and Onyeka all fighting, you know what I mean? Like, they all can play. All four of those guys can play. They don't have no size. That's the problem. Porzingis out, but all four of those guys can play. You don't want to add no AJ to that mix. And, I'm saying, it just gets, too much traffic there. So Zach can do what he does, just be consistent 3-man. You don't have to worry about that in the front court. And you keep things moving.
No, for sure. And honestly, it sucks because Zach, he has a stretch of good games, maybe like 2 or 3 in a row, and then he gets hurt. I feel like that's what's been happening to him this entire season. Like, he has a good game and then something happens. It's really just I don't know. I just feel like the Hawks are, when it comes to injuries and stuff, the Hawks just don't get the right end of the stick, in my opinion. Like, it's been happening for forever. And I mean, when Trey was here, Trey talked about it almost all the time. And you just hope that it just turns around. So I hope when Zach comes back, he can get in a rhythm and, play well on both sides of the ball. But yeah. But like you said, if he can be consistent, you don't really have to worry about, I guess, too much about a log jam or anything like. Honestly, like I said at the beginning of the season, when we were maybe when it was free agency or before the season even started, I was like, I don't think you can have too many wing players. And right now the Hawks need wing players. Like it's they started Veet a few games, and then now they're starting Corey, and it's just not, the depth is just like not there. So like I said, hopefully Zach can get better and Kristaps too. But yeah, it's been unfortunate with the injuries and things.
I mean, what you just described with Zachary sounds a lot like this.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. Man.
Hey, and you know what happened to him? This happened to him. You know, if history repeat itself, this gonna happen to him. And it's as simple
oh my God.
It's as simple as that, bro. So hey, you either get it together or people gonna be wearing his jersey in the city. And you're gonna be like, dang, you know, yeah, I'm a team player, welcome him, you know, he a good young player. And then you're gonna get shipped to Cleveland for a 2nd round pick. And George Niang.
Bro, Dre not even barely. I think he's playing, but like he barely even doing anything now, man.
Yeah, I think it's got to be a confidence thing, bro. Like,
yeah,
you get traded, you know, everything like that. Like, stuff started off well, and then you know, like, I mean, it's the same thing in Atlanta, like, but in Atlanta, it was like home. You know what I mean? So it's like you get off to a hot start, you have a few hot games, and then you get a cold spell, but it's still home. Now he's away from home. He's in his new second team. His best friend that was on the team, he's excited to play with him. He playing in Turkey. Ni hao, you know, like he's gone. So it's like now you by yourself. You don't have nobody in Cleveland that you could turn to, whatever. Like you're going through cold streets. Donovan Mitchell, he not talking to you in the locker room. Like he was just your friend 2 games ago when you had 20 points. You know what I mean? Like it's just different. Like in Atlanta, it was different. You had your boy Cam there. You know, it just is what it is. It's different now. Like he by himself now when you go through the. So I think it's just a matter of confidence for Dre.
Dang, he don't even got Ty Jerome.
Yeah, that's why I said he gone.
Dang.
He's gone. Ni hao, he playing with Cam Reddish.
Dang, bro.
But I think the biggest thing too is like, okay, he loses his confidence, everything like that. And we talking about Cleveland in general. Lonzo Ball didn't play last night.
Right.
Fully healthy.
DNPs, man.
A CD DNP from Lonzo Ball? That's crazy. So it's like, I don't know what Cleveland got going. I don't know what Charlotte got going. What did you say?
I said the Hawks got their pick.
Hawks got their pick.
I think it's like if it's, I don't know if it's protected, but they do have some sort of, they can get their pick in some situation. If it's lottery or something, I think. I'm not sure.
Didn't Tankathon have a situation where it was like the Hawks had 2 of the top 3 picks?
Yes.
And then Brad was like, this is a very, very slim chance of happening, but Cleveland have to get this home. So, and he's like, if you carry the East decimal and all that. And I was like, okay, all right. Whatever you say. So all right, let's run this thing a couple times and then we'll get to the trade deadline and then we'll talk about next week. All right. So first one, stay at 1. Second one, drop to 2. Okay, this is a sweet spot. Like T said, he'd rather get number 2, so you just draft whoever didn't go number 1.
True.
You don't get the pressure. I'm fine with 1.
Utah, I feel like Utah go AJ if they get 1, though. I don't know. Do they go AJ or Darren?
AJ already playing Utah. He a hometown kid now.
Hey.
Just keep him in Utah. I know he gonna hate that. He said, dang, I gotta stay in Utah.
I stay in Utah?
Right. Him and Ace Bailey.
That'd be crazy.
And light skin that they
Keontae?
get in the Keontae.
That'd be tough. And Lori.
Yeah, Laurie in the front court.
Boy,
Hey, you can't lose forever and not have no players. Like if you keep losing, you're gonna get somebody, bro.
that's bro. I'm not gonna take no more. I've been taking digs at Charlotte all week. I'm gonna stop.
Oh no, I was about to say that's what people have been saying about Charlotte.
I was stop, bro. Charlotte don't deserve that, bro.
No, bro. You know what I'm saying? They like people like B. Miller. You know what I mean? People like I was about to say Knipple. You know what I mean? They got Melo. Whatever they're gonna do with him. I mean, if you trade him, you're gonna get somebody back.
Facts.
So I mean, Miles Bridges, he still got a job despite
Crazy.
We know.
Crazy.
You know, but hey, man, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. They got a nice, but they always had like nice squads. Like even with PJ, they just ain't had no discipline.
True.
They just ain't had no discipline. And
yeah, they all young.
Yeah, they all young.
They ain't have no vet. They still don't got no vet, dude. Well, I mean, what? Grant Williams is a vet.
Bro, that ain't no vet, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like
a vet is like DeAndre Jordan, bro.
Yeah. They don't have that. They haven't had that.
You know, the craziest part is New Orleans got a vet, and like it doesn't matter. Like it's like they have the best vet in the league, bro. Like he talking to them, and you know what I mean, like acting like Yoda, bro. It does not matter, bro. It's just I don't know if he gave up. If he is like, hey, I'm tired of trying to talk to these young people.
They not listening.
But I don't know what it is, but it just ain't connect. Okay, this one got Washington number 1. Boy, would that be something if Washington got 1 and the Hawks got 5?
Oh my god,
bro! The trade talk would be so loud, bro.
That would be a day.
Trey would just tweet a smiley face, bro.
No facts.
He wear the little smiley face hat. This is crazy, bro. Hey, but when Quinn Snyder get fired, I'm just glad it's not gonna be on Trey's record. Like Trey got 3 coaches fired. No, he just got 2 coaches fired. Just 2. So yeah. Yeah, this is bad.
Bro, Portland moved up 10. God dang.
And I just feel like that this 5
is bad.
But it's just as possible as top 3.
As 1, yeah. Yeah, true.
That's what I'm tell people of like, it ain't that easy.
Yeah.
It's literally just one little thing in the bounce that could turn this whole thing around. Yeah. Now you're looking at American Ricochet with French Ricochet. 2, so okay.
That's Milwaukee, though.
That's Milwaukee pick.
That's Milwaukee.
3, Cameron Boozer.
3, that's Boozer.
2, okay. OKC with the number 3 right there. 5, that's what I'm saying. 5 is just happening just as often as top 3. 1, okay. Where OKC at? OKC 11. Come on, Clippers, let's go. I want the Clippers to make the playoffs, man. Okay, 1. C.
5.
Got the 5. 3. 1. 2. 1. Milwaukee's 1. 4. See?
And OKC get 3? Oh my god.
Bro. OKC with Cam Boozer.
Bruh. They didn't even play their rookie last year.
That's exactly, bro.
They didn't even play topics yet.
Exactly, man. So it's like, anyways, bro. So that's what it is right there. In terms of the trade deadline, I was telling Malik right before we recorded, we are exactly at the time of recording this 2 weeks away from the trade deadline, and we have an update from the Hawks. And the update from the Hawks is, hold on, I'm trying to see a page that's not the page of just like a Hawks fan page.
Oh, the Hawks league.
I do not see the one that okay, here it is. From Underdog. Hawks and Raptors no longer have significant trade talks for Anthony Davis. So there's that. There's no significant trade talks for Anthony Davis anymore. Reportedly, according to Jake Fisher, shout out Mark Stein as well. Substack, independent media boys getting it done. So with that being said, are there any other moves that you can make at the deadline? Because like you need size, you need a center, but who's available? Nobody.
Yeah, I truly don't. I don't know. The way Ansi was talking last week, he said he liked his group. And like I said, he said that he wasn't planning on he wasn't going to do a quick fix situation, which led me to believe he's probably not going to trade for a center or something like that unless it's somebody he sees on this team for some years, and that's really what it is at the end of the day. I generally don't see anything big happening. I'm glad that the Anthony Davis talks have quieted down because I still think that was ridiculous. But honestly, I've seen stuff about Daniel Gafford, but I mean he's okay, but I honestly truly don't see a move that they could make now that just gets them over the hump. Like, what are we doing to get out the plan, or what are we doing to move for at this point? I kind of feel like what we've seen throughout this, and anything can happen after today, but from what we've seen now, this team is going to be in the plan. I don't see a move that Ansi plans on making that is going to get them out of the plan, and still he wants to keep the flexibility, and he wants to do that unless he wake up one morning and he like, you know what, I'm ready to win. Let's go get Giannis. That's really it. But other than that, I don't see a move on the table right now where it's like, yes, this is the move that's going to get us a top 6 seed. So at this point, just stay pat, bro. Stand pat. Honestly, that's truly how I feel at this point. Like I said, anything can happen. They still got folks hurt. Anything can happen after today, but from today till October, when the first game, this team right now looks like a playing team. So it's that simple.
There's one move I would have done, but you
Which
can't
one?
do now because of injuries.
Missy. It would have been good.
But look who I was going to do him for. And follow Dante. I was going to get Dante out of here. Ship that man. Gone.
Yeah. Dante only played like 2 games in the Hawks,
Yep.
and
And then he got hurt in College Park.
every one of the Hawks centers got hurt in College Park, like in a span of 2 or 3 weeks, bro. Like 3 players got hurt. It was Dante, Toppin, and the other guy. I can't really pronounce his name, but he had a name kind of like Dante. But yeah, man. Shout out to Koloko. Koloko was doing his thing yesterday. I hope Quinn continues to play him, but yeah, like the center depth has just been terrible this season, just injuries and all.
These boys got a player named Ray J on their roster. Unserious franchise, bro. But yeah, I would do Misi for and follow Dante, but Joker hurt, so that trade off the table. And there's nobody else with $3 million that even matches up with that. Like, Asa makes $3 million. I'm not trading Asa for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not trading Veet for him. I'll trade Keaton Wallace for him. Not trading Mo Gay for him. So
dang, these players, golly. Asa, Veet, Keaton, Mo, all them boys on. Dang.
Yeah, they hopefully they stay there when it's time to re-sign. Like, yeah. Don't let them gas you up to think you worth $5 million, Mo Gay. You are still a $2 million player.
Corey making 13?
Still 2. Who?
Corey making 13.
Corey making 13. Man, get him off the team.
That's why. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, them boys offered picks. The Hawks said, no, we're not giving up picks. Just give us the contract. Just give us Corey. That's really what it was.
Man, they traded Trae Young for Corey Kispert, bro.
Because wait, hold up. Can you go up? See how much CJ making? CJ got to be making what?
CJ making 30.
Making 30. Oh yeah, CJ is making 30.
Yeah, I knew that off top. CJ
Yeah,
making 30. I think Trae making 30. Like that's how it worked.
Yeah, I forgot about that. CJ is making 30.
Because I was doing the trade with the Pels and the Grizzlies. Ja making 39. So not CJ. Jordan Poole making 30 and DeJounte making 30. And then Kevon Looney's making 8. So you put those two together and you got a deal. Either one, DeJounte or Jordan Poole, and it works. So it's the same thing with Trae. I just didn't know Kispert was making 13. How much? So Trae got to be making more than 30. I thought he was just making
They're making what, 45?
Yeah, because
making 40 something.
If CJ making 30 and Corey making 13, Trae making 46.
Yeah.
Dang, Trae was making 46 million.
Mm-hmm. He wanted 50 plus.
I know he was making So they had to do all it. So yeah, they were like, give us Kispert. That makes sense, but like get a draft pick too.
The Hawks asked for somebody. I'm sure they asked for like Bub or somebody, but the Wizards wasn't going for that. Not finna give up none of their young players. They say you either gonna give us a pick back or you gonna take Corey.
Yeah, they won't go on Keyshawn.
No, they want to do Keyshawn, Trae.
But that's ridiculous.
Bub.
That's ridiculous. To be like, no, they untouchable. For Trae Young, like he a top 15 player in the world right now. We're like, what do you mean?
The boy said, no, we all can't. We not going.
We can't give you our rookie averaging 10 point. Nah, bro.
But look though, I feel like, and that's why I feel like the pick thing comes up again, because it's like the Wizards were probably like, no, we're not finna give you none of our young players, and we don't have to do this trade with y'all for real, because Trae could literally opt out and we can sign him straight up in free agency. So why are we going to give you a pick or a young player when we can get him straight up free agency? That's why I feel like the Wizards was like, I don't feel like the Hawks had any leverage, honestly, in this trade.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like the best you could do was Corey Kispert. Okay, well, give us Corey Kispert then, I guess. Man, heck nah, man. And people are talking about they like Corey Kispert because he hit 2 threes in Memphis. Man, what? Raise y'all standards, bro. Trae Young got a gazillion points. He like so-and-so in NBA history, the quickest in NBA history get 10,000 points. You talking about, Corey Kispert hit 2 threes in Memphis on a Wednesday night. What is y'all talking about? You know who else hit 2 threes? Luke Kennard. Luke had about 20 in Memphis.
Luke, man. Shout out Luke.
Luke had about 20 in Memphis. Ain't nobody say, yeah, man. I'm so glad we traded Trae Young for Luke Kennard. Ain't nobody gonna say that. I want y'all to get y'all standards up, bro. Like, that's crazy. The only thing that works with the money would have been like let me see Gafford. What's Gafford's money looking like? Daniel Gafford. Wait, hold on. I know my eyes have to be deceiving me. 14? Okay, 14.
14.
Corey Kispert. Kispert for Gafford.
He said.
That's simple. Dang. Yeah, they don't have enough because everybody else on like nothing.
Everybody on them low deals, man.
Like Dyson has like the best deal, but he kind of too good to be, you know what I mean, trading just for that.
Making 25 flat. He finna be top. Well, once CJ and Kristaps come off the books, he finna be number 2.
I'm not going Luke and Keaton Wallace for Daniel Gafford. I'm not going. I'll do Luke for AD.
Kristaps and Luke.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to be but the Mavericks was like, you better throw in Zach.
Yeah. And they was like, I don't know who you talking about. They said, AD, this 2026. AD get hurt. They say so do Kristaps. They say that's why we
So Kristaps.
That's why we offering him. It's crazy that they got Kristaps listed as a power forward here.
Wow.
Man, I don't know, man. I feel like the Hawks stuck. Like you said, like there's no way around it. Like they are going to the play-in, bro.
I just don't see any
trade deadline.
You can look at the standings and see the games behind or everything, but as much as those teams above them can lose, the Hawks also have to win. And they have been very like up and down this season.
Man.
So
every season. Been up and down every season. They are 4 games under 500. If it weren't for the play-in, these last 3-4 seasons will be looked at like as like super good. Like, but since the play-in, it kind of makes you feel like you were kind of in the playoffs. They weren't. This is really bad. Hawks in a really bad spot, and it all depends on, like I said, the ping pong ball, bro.
They were 3 games behind, 6-5. The East has really been very underwhelming this year.
Yeah, they're
like with the Celtics. The Celtics are the number 2 seed.
Yeah.
Very underwhelming.
I had them missing the playoffs.
Bro, I at least expected them to be like playing, but number 2 is insane.
Yeah. Jaylen Brown really just went on Twitch and then
literally
he was just like, I got to get us right, and then he got him right. I was like, dang, that's crazy. Like he really elite.
The JB.
And like everybody who like doubted JB with Tatum when Tatum was playing, it was like JB a fraud. He can't dribble with his left. He proved y'all wrong this year, boy.
Facts. He open.
I ain't gonna lie. Like when people was like, "What the Hawks take JB?" and he wanted to come back, and people was like, "No, we good." I bet y'all want him now, don't y'all? Y'all could use him now. See, okay. Oh, how many more years he got? See that now? That's the thing. You talking about you got money? Okay, you got money. All right, let me see. Let me see how many years he got
left. Bro, he making 50, bro.
Yeah,
he making 60.
Oh, he not
never, bro.
He not free until 2030. Oh, that's over with.
Oh no, he is Celtic for life.
I mean, unless the Hawks just gonna stay under for 4 years and then
How much Jason making?
Hold on. I gotta see somebody else real quick. Let me see.
It's about Ant. I knew you was going straight. I knew you was going to Ant.
2030. 2030 for Ant.
Hold up, Ant cheap now.
And man, he about to make 52 in a couple of years and then 55 last year.
Hey, it's better than 60.
Right. Hey man, 2030. JB. The campaign starts now. JB and Ant to the A 2030.
Come home.
This man making 64 his last year.
Bro, he making 64 his last year, bro. He gonna be 32.
Bro, he started off at 49, bro. Like he said, all right, we're gonna start it off humble.
They backloaded it.
He going up $4 million a year, bro.
That's insane, bro. That's a lot of money.
No. To make $49 million.
That's a lot of money.
Like, yeah, next year I got a $4 million raise.
And he could have a down season, bro. Like it don't
matter, bro. Like that man DDG listened to how much money he had, and he was just like, bro, what?
Yeah, nah, that's different, bro.
And you know, DDG, he got the most money in the world.
Music, streaming, YouTube.
Man, this is crazy, bro.
And cheaper though.
Okay, so who we asking about?
Oh, Tatum. I just want to see how much he was making.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah. We don't went over that hour mark. We got to get to the games for the week. All right. Let me see. This why Boston had to trade everybody.
Bro, facts.
Bruh, come on, bruh.
He making 62?
Bruh,
He finna make 60 in 2 years?
Bruh, come on, bruh.
He make 71?
Bruh, he making 67 the year that JB making 64, bro. That's why they had to trade everybody.
Bro, there's no way. Nah, one of them gotta go. One of them got to go, bro.
Bruh, JB, he going to the Hawks. I'll talk to his grandma. I did not talk to his grandma.
I did not talk to his grandma.
I just lied. I'm sorry. Don't click that. I lied, y'all. His grandma talked to him, and JB said it on V103 like 8 months ago. Bro.
Yeah, fact.
I personally did not speak to his grandmother, bro.
Bro,
yeah,
that's a lot of money.
Bro, he about to be making soccer money, bro. Because it's a player option, bro. Like, I think you can take this player option off. Like, he is going to.
Why would he decline that? Why would he ever decline $70 million?
I don't want $71 million. You know, I really want to help the team, help us. They already won a championship.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah, that's over with.
That's ridiculous.
So the Hawks, I mean, like, if I'm Trey, I don't blame Trey at all. You see this? Bro, man, throw me my money, bro.
Oh, Trey might get 60 with the Wizards.
Hey,
he might throw him 60 a year, bro.
It is what it is. Wait, hold on. Speaking of that, let me see this. Oh, before, because we gotta go to the week of and then wrap up. Let me see this, just because we talked about it, bro. That's it?
What? Nah. Didn't he just sign a new?
Yeah.
He signed a deal with them now.
He just signed it.
That's what he signed?
Yeah, he just signed it. But I think, right, it was one of those things of like the Mavericks traded him and Luka was mad.
Oh, he couldn't get the max.
But Luka couldn't get all the money that he could have got.
Right.
So I think that might be the same with Trey. I mean, I would assume.
For sure. Yeah.
And it's funny. It's extremely ironic who Trey got traded for. The reason why he got traded in the first place.
That's crazy.
CJ.
Dang.
So Luka hates CJ. Trey hates CJ.
Bro, Luka was gonna get about 80, boy.
Yeah.
That was gonna throw 80 mil in him a year, bro.
Look, they was gonna give Luka ownership to the state of Texas.
Bro.
he was gonna own the state of Texas.
Oh like, hey, my god!
They go to P, bro. You got the state of Texas, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, that's over with.
Only making bro.
See, all right, but let's go to the next week. All right, so you have tomorrow night, the Suns. Then you have Monday, Pacers. Where is that? Indiana? Oh no, that's in Atlanta. Okay, so you got back-to-back home games. Suns, Indiana. Wednesday, that's a loss. I don't care where it's at. Boston, that's for sure.
I don't care where that is. I don't care where it is.
And then you end the week at home against Houston. Them Houston games, they can win sometimes, but Houston is a good team. See, Reed Shepherd, that would have been another nice one to get.
Yeah.
You could have got Jaw. You could have got Jaw, LaMelo, Reed Shepherd. You got Corey Kispert. All right, let's start, man. I'm gonna go. See, Phoenix is good now. This is tricky because they could really go 0-4. But yeah, I'm gonna say they beat the Pacers. I can't have them going 0-4. So I'm gonna go Pacers. This in Boston. I'm gonna say Pacers and Rockets. So I'd say they go 2-2.
I got them losing tomorrow. I got them winning on Monday. And I got them losing Wednesday and Thursday. I got 1-3.
1-3?
Yeah.
That sounds pretty realistic.
I got 1-3.
They can really lose that.
Boy, did they play me last week.
Man. All right. So what we say? We said like 2-2?
Yeah, 2-2.
They went 0-2. Wait, hold on. I'm going backwards.
0-4.
0-2-3. They went 0-3. Oh no. Okay, because we didn't call Memphis, did we?
We didn't do Grizz. No, we didn't do Memphis.
So we just did these three because it was after the Lakers right before Trailblazers.
Yeah, they went 0-3.
0-3, and then what we say? We said 1-1, 2-1.
Yeah, I think I said 2-1. I think I said. I think I called the Celtics loss, but I think I said they were going to beat the Blazers and the Bucks.
Oh yeah, because the Blazers were missing somebody.
They didn't have Denny.
They didn't have Denny, and they still lost. And then the Bucks were struggling, and it was a home game on MLK, and they still lost.
Yep.
They had to come back from 30 just to lose.
Literally.
You came back from 30 to lose, bro.
Literally.
And y'all, what Jeff T say? Y'all sad.
Y'all sad.
All right, but I mean, they bounced back by blowing the lead against the Memphis Grizzlies and still barely beating them by 2. I guess that's happy. Man, they just aren't good. The Hawks just aren't good, bro.
Playing.
Like they weren't good without Trae Young when he was hurt. Like, and people were gassing it because Jalen Johnson can dunk. It's just not good. It's not a good team, bro. I mean, they aren't like Pelicans bad, but you know what I mean? But they're not a good team.
What they do every season. It's kind of just who they are at this point right now.
Mediocre. And that's why they try to trade. Oh, fresh start. Same thing. You are married. You have a soul tie.
Natural allegiance.
You have a natural allegiance to the plane. An unnatural allegiance to the plane. They got a soul tie with the plane, bro. It just is what it is, man. So we're gonna see what happens, man, this next week. And then we'll see y'all next week, the last week before the trade deadline. And then last week before for the big game.
Oh yeah, Super Bowl.
The
college Super Bowl.
Come on, man. You in Kansas next week, so I guess we'll have a preview of that. I don't know, like I'm tired of talking about the Hawks going 2-2. I'm gonna go 0-4, 1-3, 2-2, bro. Like I'm tired of talking about that. So yeah, that'll be the talk for next week, and we'll see y'all then. As always, Malik, anything you want to plug?
As always, Twitter, Instagram, _Malik ATL. And if you want to look up my YouTube, just type in Malik Brown GSU on YouTube, and my page will come up. So that's it.
Shout out to Rodney Burks, the only one in the chat tonight. He said they had the number 1 pick. Shout out to Risha Shea. But yeah, we'll see y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Until next time, peace.
And if they come out clean.